You know what's really super?
Heaven.
That's it. Isn't it super?
It's where you store your money for retirement, Sam. It's Superheaven.
It is Superheaven. I'm with Rest.
I'm also with Rest.
Really?
It is a little industry super fund,
It
isn't it?
is a little industry super fund. And I tell you what, the process is heaven. I'm in a growth fund at the moment, just riding the NASDAQ.
Yes, yeah, right. Well, I haven't looked, so I could be invested in, Philip Morris Tobacco, Raytheon. Who knows? I wouldn't have any clue.
I'd recommend just getting on your super. My parents have been big on me getting into my super. Salary sacrifice if you can. Invest extra into your super.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about at Vinyl Club. We haven't even introduced the show.
No, welcome to Vinyl Club. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I hope you're recovering. I hope you're getting ready for an equally good, equally good New Year's Eve, and getting ready for 2026. Don't worry, there's still a bit of content to come before the end of the year and into the new year. So we're not going to abandon you just yet.
No, not yet. But we are this week talking about your homework, Maxwell, which is Ours is Chrome by Superheaven.
Yes, their second record after I think I found, my take of this album is that I found myself in a battle, Sam, between a style of music that generally I enjoy and a band that I feel like just didn't push that style of music too far.
Okay.
And I think this is where I've found a tension in this record. I can see why you connected with it really well. These guitar lines are thick. They are loud. They are up the front. This is a guitar record.
Big guitar record.
And it's for me, musically, it's one of the Will Yip records that we've reviewed over the course of Vinyl Club. This one is the one that I think I'm most connected with. I think musically, in the broad realm, this is still under the same umbrella as a lot of the other records that we've covered. That post-punk, guitar-centered, heavier rock. But it just feels like there's more, I don't know, catch melody hook to this than a lot of the other ones that we've reviewed than say like Youth or what was the one that we had the other week?
Feel Something by Movements.
Yep. Floral
Green,
Floral
Title
Green
Fight.
by Title Fight.
I was going to say, Feel Something by Movements is a fucking perfect album. You shut your mouth.
So I think, it's certainly a lot less raw as well than like a lot of those other Yip records.
Yep.
This is definitely more produced, and you can hear that in kind of how it comes together. I think the downside for me is that these songs sort of started to blur into one.
Would you say it was a downswing?
Potentially it was a downswing, Sam.
You like that?
Yeah, it was all a blur, if you will.
Leech.
Fuck you, call me. Let's talk songs at least to start it out. I think so. I've Been Bored and Next to Nothing both started out great opening riffs. Very guitar forward. Those drums, the bass, the vocal, all really far back in the mix. So I can see why you kind of connected with this. Next to Nothing to me could have been on like a Triple M playlist.
Yeah.
Very easily. Like musically, it sounds kind of like if Foo Fighters hadn't gone down some of their more poppy avenues in the kind of like, that mid-2000s era of Foo Fighters. Room, the third song, sounds like it could have been a Silverchair song. It sounds like Daniel Johns is singing it, to be honest. Then we start to kind of get into where it starts to blur. All That Pain to me sounded a little bit The Cure, a little bit post-punky in that way. Leech, Downswing kind of started to get a bit,
Yep.
Blur, first of all, it's not even Park Life, so that's just fucking rude. But
Or Song 2.
Or Song 2. That's the Leech, Downswing, and Blur all kind of like were a bit same for me. Gush and Blood is actually probably my favorite song on the record. It's the one that sounded, especially vocally, the most like Silverchair. And I think the melody that they added in this song, like it's the most melodic. The way he hits the high note on the word woods in the chorus is really, really interesting, on the pre-chorus at least, sorry. And I think that kind of kept me re-engaged, and that's kind of where I came back into the album a lot more. And then Poor Eileen at the end, I also didn't mind as much the in the main riff was a bit of a, like, it kind of added it in. But to me, the problem is that for a lot of the songs that started to blur, not only do they start to blur, I got to diagnose this record, or a lot of this record, with a bad case of the predictables.
Yep.
It felt like every time we get to the chorus, I could have a pretty solid stab at how the guitar would go. There'd be a, like kind of like a heavy down strum on the start on the one, and then there's a and that would be like the low strings, just the low strings, and then there'd be a heavy down strum on the two, and that would be the high strings, and then it'd go into a bit of like a down up down, and that happened at least 3 different songs, and I was like, I keep hearing this same, even down to the strumming pattern, it was the same, and I was like, it's not bad. Like, I don't dislike that. It's just that I heard it so many times that it just sort of all became a bit predictable. And the thing is that I think if you're a grunge purist, if you love grunge, you are having the time of your life with this. Like, it is that it's that, like, they've distilled the core of it and they've given it to you on a platter with whatever it is, 11 songs, like ready to go. And I think that's fine. And I think that grunge was just such a well-trodden territory, like, at the time. And it feels like they're referencing and honoring bands that were big in the 90s and big in the grunge era, but I feel like they've referenced them, either they've referenced them too much or honored them too much to a point where they've just kind of done grunge again.
Yep.
And I think a lot of bands that operate in like a grunge or a shoegaze wave kind of space, they'll reference those artists, but they'll still add something new, something that's happened in those intervening years, like an alt rock sound, or they'll add something electronic in, or something hip hoppy. Like, they'll add something that adds a different element to it. And I just feel like this album could literally be from the 90s. Like, it sits so nicely in that little wedge, which is, again, it's fine. If you're into that, you're gonna have a field day with this. And I think it's a solid throwback grunge album, but an album that didn't listen to anything in the last 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I'm gonna give it to listeners to make up their own mind on how they feel about that, but that's my take. Listening to Jar, I also feel like this is more of Jar. This could have been Jar 2.
Yeah.
But then listening forward to the self-titled album, they seem to have played with a lot of that sound this year in the release, and that sound, I'm going to go back and re-listen to that album a bit more, because it sounds like they've taken the Jar and As Is Chrome sound and then gone, what do we add to this? What do we change it up with? So yeah, I'm at battle, Sam, between a sound that I like, but not this much.
I get it. So it's interesting you say that they all blurred, because I'm looking through my liked songs from the album.
Yeah.
And Room, All the Pain, Blur, Dig Into Me, they're not saved. And to me, I couldn't tell you the point of difference between them all. Same with Leech and Downswing a little bit.
Yep.
I know Gush and Blood off the top of my head, and like From the Chest Down, Poor Eileen, I've Been Bored, Next to Nothing. They're probably the ones that are a bit separated, but you're right, it does blur, and it very much depends on if you like the sound, you'll love it. If you find that sound repetitive, you might have a tough time, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I'd almost argue Jar has more dynamic in it.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't go through and listen to all of Jar. I just had to hit the singles essentially.
Yeah.
And it to me, Jar also felt like this was a band that was coming onto the scene and swinging big. And As Is Chrome still feels like it's a big swing, but it's a big swing at the same ball.
Yeah, I agree. And when they swung with Jar, they really swung. Like, they took off with Jar. You look at songs like Youngest Daughter, which even before TikTok took over, was the biggest song by a country mile. Songs like Crawl, Sponge, Life in a Jar. They've got big songs. And arguably the choruses or the intros in songs in Jar were bigger than Ours Is Chrome. It's quite a step back in terms of dynamics, but they really drill down on the grunge.
Yeah, yeah. So I think mileage may vary is my kind of takeaway from this, and it depends how much you like grunge. And if you like grunge, you are living La Vida Loca.
Vida Loca.
Living La Vida Grungy.
That's it.
Sam, for homework next week, I'm going back to a similar time, a similar place, if you will.
Yes. What's in there?
It is in my little hidey hole over here. And it's a record that I love. It's a record that I know is kind of like a important record in the genre, but that I know a lot of people are like, fuck this record.
Okay.
So it is
All
Killer No Filler by Sum 41.
Thank you.
And so that's got the big hits like Into Deep and Fat Lip on there.
Yep.
But then to me, some of the ones that do the heavy lifting in this album are the non-singles, like Heart Attack is a song that really stands out to me. Like there's a whole, it's a song that, it's a record that took what was already quite an established genre, which was pop punk, and Blink-182 had been on it. This was 2001, so like a lot of bands have been doing it for a lot of years by this stage, and added a little something else. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a shit attitude. I don't know, but it adds a little something, and I think that record kind of holds up pretty well to this day. But I'd like to find out what you think.
I'm keen. I mean, I obviously know the singles quite well, but I don't know the back catalogue, so I'm keen to dive into it.
Yeah, exactly. Some real 2000s Derek Whibley vibes as well.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's just a good looking record, isn't it?
It's a real. This is American Pie shit.
It is American Pie shit.
Yeah.
It's very 2000s. I love it.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Keen to hear your take on that one next week.
Love it. Vinyl thoughts, Maxwell?
Final thoughts. I hope you got some lovely presents for Christmas. I hope that I also got some lovely presents for Christmas, and I hope those include vinyl.
Yes.
I love. Let's have a chat soon about what you got,
What we picked up.
Yeah. So that'll be nice.
Love it.
Any final thoughts for you?
No, a bit the same as you. I hope you got spoilt with some wax, and I hope people listening got spoilt with a bit of new wax. I've already, when I picked up that little gift I presented to you last week, I picked up a couple for myself.
Ooh la la.
Wrap it under the Christmas tree.
Ooh.
To Sam from Santa.
From Santa?
From Samta. That's a good idea. But seeing that you went to Stash Records, I might just go treat myself to a couple of little extras.
Yes. The guy at Stash Records is very lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little suburban joint.
Little,
good price too.
Little Camp Hill number.
Yeah.
Their $5 bin out the front, quite good. Yeah.
That's where I got your
Boys Town.
disc charge.
Yeah.
That was in their donation bin out the front.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah, I don't know who's touched it.
Me.
Yeah, you now. It's all sticky.
And I touched the record too after that.
Are we finishing on that note?
I think we're finishing on that note, Sam.